What's up?
First NCAA tournament win. How is that?
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. It's really like watching it as a kid. It's really a shout out to Jax. He always gets me right on the bench, but nah. I mean, just watching it as a kid and be able to get over the hump. Around at 32 now, just doing it for the state, and I know it means so much. So yeah, it's just super cool.
The three you hit was a big shot. It seemed like it sort of got the team going.
That shout out to Jax again. He was giving me confidence on the bench. Coach Fox is instilling a lot of confidence in me, and the whole coaching staff really. I haven't been shooting it too well recently, but it was good to see one through, and it's just shout out to them instilling confidence in me.
Growing up, do you have dreams of hitting shots like that? And March Madness wearing Kentucky across your chest.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I remember just watching all the March Madness games, watching Kentucky play, and I would go shoot on the mini hoop at like halftime or whatever, thinking I was Malik Monk or something. But no, it's really cool, really cool.
You did it in the first half, and then it was Colin in the second. How cool was it to see him kind of have his March moment too?
Yeah, that was awesome. I mean, he provided us a huge spark. I think he had 2 threes and then got fouled on that one, so that was really big. Super proud of him for stepping up and knocking down some shots.
Trent, you're from Kentucky, so you probably understand the fan mindset. When that game was close in the first half, given what had happened with St. Peter's and Oakland, how tight do you think the fans were?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that, but and even when it did get close and they made a little run in the second half, Coach Pope was just instilling confidence in us. We're just being present, being in the moment with next play mentality, and I think that's why we made a little run and stretch it back out.
How cool did it feel to get Pope his first win and kind of do it for there's so much talk about him not being able to get that first one. You be a part of that one.
Yeah, I mean, it really is special. I mean, I'll remember this for the rest of my life. I mean, he's such a fantastic person too. That's what makes it really special. I mean, getting able to play for him is he's an X's and O's wizard, and he's super good at all the coaching aspects. But he's an extremely great person too. So I'm super happy for him.
How about that last minute with the walk-ons getting some run too?
Yeah, that was awesome. I was hoping Walker would hit a three. I mean, he does it on us in scout team and practice all the time. So I was hoping he'd dribble it out and get him one up, but he decided not to.
How quick do you guys have to kind of turn the page and say we're on to whoever wins tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is a quick turnaround. We just gotta. It was a good big win. Got over the first hump, but now after this result comes out, we gotta flush it and get healthy and get our minds right for the next one.
Thanks, Trent.
Trent, that three in the game, especially it's been a lot of teams are trying to get under his skin, and you see today that it went the other way and he didn't respond. So he's been growing a lot over the past few games, and it's just something we expect of him. So I'm proud of him.
How did it feel to get that dunk?
It felt great. I didn't realize he was on my hip, so it was definitely good to get the and one, but hopefully I'll do a nice game. So.
When you have the three of you, Carr, you, and Brandon playing like you did tonight, it's pretty hard to beat you guys.
Yeah, I'll say so. I always feel like we have the best, front court in the country, and we show that in a lot of games. So just having us three and even Ansley on the court when he's at the 4-2 stretching the floor, it's definitely a tough matchup for a lot of teams.
What has it done for you guys to have Lamont back? Despite maybe he didn't finish at the rim like he was before, didn't score really much tonight, but just what does he bring to the team maybe when those things aren't going for you?
Yeah, he just brings leadership, especially when, we see a team going on a run, and he just kind of slows the game down to keep our focus and hopefully get a good possession out of it. We've always had a good possession when he's on the court and those things kind of happen. And we even have that with the younger guys too, but just the leadership he has is different, and it's something we kind of miss throughout the game.
What does that do for your game when he's playing? Because you don't have to bring the ball up as much. You still helped out a lot in that aspect, so did Ortega. But what does it do for you when he's back?
Like you said, just bringing the ball up the court, not being in the backcourt as much and training as much. I'm able to get out and transition, but yeah, I feel like that's it. And defensively too, knowing that I can press up and be there with him, knowing that he won't get beat off the dribble as much. So I'll just say little things like that, it helps a lot. So.
Amari, the freshman stepped up. Trent obviously hits the big shot in the first half, and then Colin just goes on his own little mini run. Just how cool is it to see them have their own March Madness moments?
I mean, it's great just to see that they have no nerves, no fears of going out and just kind of living the dream. So I was definitely proud of them, especially Trent in the first half when that three went in. I feel like it changed the momentum of the game. So it was great for sure.
There's so much talk about Pope getting his first win and not being able to win an NCAA tournament and all those things. How cool was it to kind of help push him over the hump and win it for him?
I mean, it feels great. Even coming into this game, he didn't mention it a lot. So he was focused on the team, and that's just the kind of coach he is. But it's definitely great to get that first win for him and just kind of relieve that pressure a little bit.
How about these walk-ons getting that last run in the last minute?
Yeah, I feel great for them. I feel like that's every kid's dream growing up, to be in the March Madness game, and just to see them out there and just the smiles on their face, it means a lot to us. So.
Trent said that he wanted Walker to pull from third.
I hope they had one possession with a shot, though. At least one of them was going to pull it. So yeah, it was great for them.
Troy was kind of actually keeping it close in the paint, even though you guys had the size advantage. What were you seeing kind of in there?
I feel like a lot of games, the fives always pressure me, denying the catch, so it's kind of easy in a sense, but seeing them so far in the paint and just kind of sagged off it kind of threw me off a little, not knowing what to do, but I feel like we overcame it. The great shots from the corner from guys like Colin and Andrew, so it helped a lot.
Walk me through that coast-to-coast slam.
I honestly wasn't planning on bringing the ball up the court that time. It's just there was overpressure, and then I got to the half and realized no one was going to stop me. I was looking to kick it out, and I just kind of had to take off, or else it would have got pinned. So that's the only hope.
What does it feel like? Like, that is a March Madness moment. Like, that could possibly be in one shining moment. So, like, what does it feel like to have a moment like that?
I mean, it feels great, especially that early on in the game when we was on the run, too. It kind of held the momentum. So just doing little plays like that to help the team, it means a lot for sure.
There's a lot of close sets, but to have a very solid victory, just what does that mean to you guys?
It means a lot, especially, we've been watching games all weekend, even yesterday, and just seeing how close the games are. But it's just to keep pushing, keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully a lead will stretch from there, and that's exactly what we did tonight. So.
Was it hard to lock in and kind of focus when you are kind of like later in the first weekends? Your game is a little bit later?
I wouldn't say so. I feel like we was locked in from the start. I mean, we knew that it was going to be a bit rocky at the start, and we always just told ourselves just to stick with every possession, and that's exactly what happened. So, yeah.
You guys have worked a lot on your defense this season, and just
You get to pick, though.
Yeah, I'll just pull it right here.
Someone just come with me.
Steven is the SO.
Three from the wing to kind of get the flurry started and in the run for them. How did that feel when that went down?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to see one go down early. I feel like it kind of, for me, what I felt like is when I can come in and be aggressive and hit a shot, I feel like my nerves calm down a little bit. I'm able to settle down, and so I was grateful to see the first one go down tonight and be able to build off of that one. But it's huge to hit that first one.
just you exploded. Like, after you got the first one, it felt like the second one fell and the third one fell, and just, did you feel like you were hot?
I mean, yeah. I've been working really hard on being a threat from the three-point line. Early in the season, I was struggling to shoot and have confidence from the three-point line, and so put in a lot of hours trying to get that confidence up. And I'm confident to shoot it when I'm open, so they gave me a few looks tonight that I wasn't going to pass up.
We talked about what it would feel like on that court, and you were like, I don't know what it feels like. I haven't stepped on it yet. Now that you've stepped on it, how's it feel?
Yeah, well, I feel like this whole season has done a good job at preparing us. It kind of just felt like a routine game in Rupp Arena. I mean, Rupp Arena is packed out every game with the energy. That's crazy. So it felt familiar for some reason. And we've been playing with pressure on us the whole season. So that felt comfortable as well. And I think the rest of the guys felt that as well.
Troy's defense was one of their calling cards all season. Just what did you see from them? And early on in the game, they were kind of holding you guys close, but then you kind of were able to explode out.
Yeah, well, I think they gave us a different look in that drop feel with their five-man was a drop all the way in the paint, kind of clogging up the paint a little bit. And so it took us, I think, a few minutes to figure out what where our offense is built to respond to different defenses, and I thought we did a great job. We didn't have, a big part of our offense has been Amari getting down and backing down getting by his man, and it was different because he wasn't guarding Amari. But I think Amari did a great job of responding to that and getting to our side and getting to his second side and swinging it back and forth, and I think that's where we started to excel, is when we started going back and forth. So it just took us a minute to figure that out.
How did your second half run compared to your dreams as a kid? One day I'm going to be in March Madness and have my own moment. How did it compare to what you kind of dreamed of as a kid?
And my favorite times ever were being at school and having my phone set up, watching all the games, and it's just, man, it's so cool to be a part of it and to be on the court and knowing that. I mean, there's probably kids at school. I mean, it was a late game, but there's probably kids at school watching right on their phones and looking forward to watching all the games. So, yeah, I'm just so grateful to be a part of it.
I mean, some kid's going to watch Colin Chandler March Madness highlights now. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's
How about Trent's big shot in the first half to kind of get the ball rolling?
one where, I mean, Trent, he's another one. As soon as he sees one go in, I'm surprised we didn't see him shooting from 40 feet after that. I mean, Trent's a sniper. I'm sure that kid got yelled at by his coach because that's got to be on the scout. Is don't let Trent be open in the corner. So,
what was your reaction to Amari's coast-to-coast dunk?
oh my goodness, we've been waiting. He had, I forget the game. It might have been Alabama where he was losing at that point, but he had one that was close, and so we've just been waiting on something like that to happen. So it was cool to see. I'm excited. I didn't get the greatest angle because it was on the other side of the court, so I'm excited to see that on video.
After so many close games and upsets in the first round, to have a very solid victory, what does that feel like?
Yeah, I mean that's what we were talking about. Let's keep today boring for the watchers. We don't want any. There's not gonna be any upsets today. Let's keep it boring, and so I think it's been a theme for us. It's the same old boring habits, and we're gonna keep it boring for the fans as well. No upsets here. So
how about getting some late run for the walk-ons?
Yeah, I mean that's another cool thing. Especially, I mean Walker and Grant have been there and done that. They understand what it is, but to see Zach get in for March Madness, we're so happy for him. He comes and works every day and helps us a lot on the scout team. So
Trent said that you wanted Walker to pull. Did you want him to pull too?
We're hoping to see a little bit of moves from Walker, see him dance around a little bit, but he's too good of a sportsman. He's too good, of a sport.
You've probably been asked this already, but what just does it feel like to have a moment like that on this stage when there's been a season of ups and downs, even games you didn't get to play the role maybe you thought you would, and then to have this moment on this stage?
100%. There's been many ups and downs, full of a bunch of emotions and doubt and fear, but I think that's been a big thing for me is knowing who I put my trust in. I put my trust in God and know that I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and so that's kept me going to stay ready for when the moment does come where I can step up and help out. And so grateful that moment came tonight, and I was able to see a few go down.
A lot of talk.
Just trying to figure out the shoulder, see what I can do without causing any pain. Tonight I felt really good. Didn't have any moments of pain, so definitely excited. I mean, me and Brandon Wells, our trainer, we've been going after this shoulder for a long time, doing a lot of work. Man, he's put a lot of work in with me to get it to where it's at, and I'm definitely grateful for him.
When you aren't maybe scoring like you'd want to, what are you providing on the court? Because it seems like you guys are just playing at a different level when you're in. Maybe if you're not scoring, what is it that you provide in those moments?
Yeah, I think I was definitely frustrating night for me offensively. I don't think I scored or I didn't make any shots. But other than that, I was trying to facilitate, get the balls to the right spot, for guys. Defensively, just having leadership there, and then just being a calming presence for everybody. When they're out there, I think Troy went on the run in the second half, and I was just there to calm everybody down. Like, we're up, don't panic. It's March, play us, be us, and we're gonna win this game. So I think that's what I bring.
A lot of experience in this room, but not a ton of experience in March outside of yourself. There's a couple guys, Ainsley, Kobe, a couple other guys, but what did you provide tonight within that aspect of guys? And then what also will you provide going forward of that's just one game, we got to go, we got to keep going?
Yeah, we got to celebrate this one tonight. Everybody, like you said, it's a lot of firsts for everybody. Celebrated tonight, and then tomorrow it's back to work. Looking forward to play whoever we play. But, we got to have a winning mentality going into that one. Clean up the things that we didn't do so well tonight, and go out there and try to win the game on Sunday.
Do you know much about Xavier or Illinois, or will you have to learn about them tonight and over the next day?
Definitely have to learn about them a little bit more. I think I've seen a couple of games of Illinois. Haven't really seen any of Xavier, but whoever we play, we're going to be ready to go after them. Yeah.
Do you ever feel?
Well, I don't really feel nerves. I always say, like, man, we've been playing basketball our whole life. I mean, we do this. This is what we do. So just more people watching. So I mean, I just go out there and play.
Being here and doing it over and over and over again, what does the turnaround look like? What are the next steps over the next 48 hours for you?
Yeah, I mean, we got to enjoy it tonight. Like I said, it's a lot of firsts for everybody. Everybody needs to, take this in, enjoy it, celebrate it. Tomorrow is back to work. Scout the other team, look at the things that we didn't do so well in this game that we need to fix, and just have a winning mentality going into the next one.
How tired are you of talking about your shoulder?
Definitely really tired, man. I'm just out there trying to play, that's all.
Trent had a big shot in the first half, and then Colin just goes on his own run. How cool is it to see the freshmen step up and have their own little March Madness moment?
It's amazing to see the growth that they've had this year. They've been kind of thrown in the fire, and every time they've come out victorious. So definitely glad to see them out there playing well.
What have you seen from them to show that they were ready for a moment like that? Colin, and with practice or whatever, and obviously Trent as well.
I mean, it's every day. I mean, the work that they put in, they probably get the most shots up of anybody on the team, the freshmen. So you can see that they're hungry to play, hungry to be in there, hungry to win for us. So definitely, excited to see their work translate to the games, and I think they're going to be big for us, throughout this whole tournament.
What kind of difference maker was BG tonight?
Man, he was active, really active. He got a bunch of deflections. He hit a three, around the rim he was finishing. So we're just going to need him to continue to be himself, and he's a big impact when he's in the game. So we're going to need him.
How cool was it to see the walk-ons get some run there at the end?
Man, that's it's cool to see that, man. That's what we're here for, to bring joy to everybody, and I know their families were happy to see them on the court. And hopefully, in the tournament we get some more big wins so we can see them in there.
Trent said that he wanted Walker to pull. No, that's like did you wish you got to see a little bit of that?
Nah, no showmanship. But I'm glad he was able to get the ball. Maybe got a good picture in, but see him in the tournament. He's been a big help. I mean, all the walk-ons have been a big help for us, throughout the year, just on scout team. Going at us and giving us great looks for the other team. So it's great to see them, rewarded with on-court moment like that.
For Zach in particular, like 8 months ago, I mean, he's just a student on campus, and like to see him be on the floor in an NCAA tournament game, how cool is it for him in particular to just know the journey from seeing it from your angle? Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I don't know if you guys really know Zach's story, but his story's been amazing of how he got here and of everything. But definitely exciting to see him out there on the court. He's a big help for us all. One of my brothers, so glad to see him out there. Have you ever seen a 7-foot, 262-pound man go coast to coast and dunk like that? Man, in the NBA, I have. Yes, I have. So he'll be there, but he's been great for us all year, and we're going to continue to see some big plays from him this tournament. Otega said it's because he was in the Bucks arena. He just wanted to pull off his own little Giannis. I guess so. Appreciate you a lot. Yeah, appreciate you.
Pick up a windscreen to film. That one, like Mario.
They
said KSR picked it up.
It might have been Mario. Do you have one?
Oh, yo, thanks, brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Cool.
Good stuff.
Sorry, bro. What's up, Kobe? But how cool is it to just kind of keep this momentum rolling, but with a Kentucky jersey on now?
This is great, honestly. It's a blessing, just to be able to do this and do it, wearing this jersey, it means so much more. So I'm just happy of our guys, happy of the guys that, this is their first tournament wins, happy for Coach as well. I know how much it means to him, so just happy all around, but at the same time, ready to move forward.
When there is such a narrative about Pope getting that first one, and can he do it? Can he win in March? To do it for him, how good of a feeling is that?
It's amazing, just because, we're not just winning the game, but we're winning a game for him at the University of Kentucky. And like I said, we don't know how much that means to him, just being back in his alma mater. And obviously, there might have been a lot of doubt, a lot of people that maybe didn't believe he could do it, and, we did it. So what can they say now? But just, this is one game. We're looking forward to what's to come, and, we're just taking everything one game at a time.
You got Trent in the first half hitting in the big shot, and then Colin in the second. He goes on his little run. How cool is it to see the freshmen step up?
They're growing up, man. They're growing up right before our eyes. Every game they get a little bit better. Super happy for Colin. I feel like his confidence really skyrocketed today, and we was able to see him knock down some good shots. And TP and Trent, they've been great to us this whole year. So as long as they continue to play good basketball, I think the team, has another layer that we can tap into.
What have you seen from them to know that they were ready for this moment? That Colin, when you needed a bucket, when Trent stepping up when it felt like nobody was hitting a shot, that they were ready for that moment.
Just the fact that they never look afraid. They always look like they're ready for the moment. They put in the work. So as long as you put in the work, the results will come. It's just a matter of time. And every day, they come in and they give their 100%. So that's all you can really ask from those dudes, and they're delivering. So just happy for them.
How about the walk-ons getting some run there at the end?
Love to see it, man. Love to see it. I know how much it means to them, especially in this stage, to be able to, just even though it wasn't for a long time, but just to be out there, like that's got to be a blessing. So just happy for them that we was able to get them out there for a little bit, and it'll be cool to see their pictures.
We talk a lot about the ball, the Evo Next ball. Like, what are your thoughts as a shooter? Do you like that ball and the way it's?
To be honest, I don't really care about the ball that we play with. I'll play with any, as long as it's round. I could put it in the rim, so I don't really dwell on it too much. I will say these are a little bit more bouncy, so you just got to change the way you shoot a little bit. But I like adjusting to it. It's part of it. So. It doesn't really matter to me.
What were your thoughts when you saw Amari barreling down the floor? What are your thoughts in real time watching that, and then the reaction when obviously he converts it?
I automatically thought I know we in Milwaukee, so I guess he's just trying to tap into his Greek freak or something. But it's super cool to see a 7-footer, grab a rebound, go down 94 feet and just dunk on somebody, get an and one. That's not many places that you can see that at. So just it's unbelievable.
Being here before you, what's the turnaround look like over the next 48 hours, and how can you kind of use your experience to kind of teach some of the other guys, hey, you can't celebrate, we got to move on to the next?
Yeah, it's surviving the advance. You can't, you got to cherish this moment. Obviously, it's a big moment for a lot of us, but we all came here for a reason. We know what the goal is. We're ready to work, and probably watch film on this game, see what we could have did better, see what we did good, and then just wait for our opponent and scout them. And I know the coaches do a great job with that. Just we'll be fine.
Appreciate it.
It's going to come, and for them, it's just it's really cool to be able to see your freshmen that are there be able to step up in big time moments.
How hard is that to go from high school star to I've got to come off the bench and contribute immediately, especially on a stage like this?
Of course, it's certainly very, very difficult. I think it's adjustment to college, adjustment for everybody, just the pace, the physicality, and the game is so different than the high school is played. Certainly different than the NBA is played. All those levels are really different. So for them, it takes some time, and they've really adjusted really well, and they'll continue to peak at the right time for us.
Can you imagine being in Colin's shoes and voluntarily giving up the game 2 years, and then what it would be like to try to come back and find your way?
And he's such a special person. It takes this real special person to be able to go and serve for the Lord for those 2 years, especially with as much as he had to kind of lose, if just in case. You certainly have to. It's a seriously tough decision for him, and so it's really cool. Such a special person to be able to come back and see him put in a whole bunch of work to be able to get where he's at.
Was the growth throughout the year?
Oh, super obvious. Yeah, it's just the confidence level of him has continually grown. I felt like